Your dog has been trying to tell you something for years. Not with barking, not with tricks, not with obedience. Something much quieter than that. Something so simple that when you finally understand it, you'll wonder how you ever missed it. And here's the strange part. Your dog never stops trying. Every day they send the message again. When they follow you into another room. When they sit beside you for no reason. When they stare at you from across the house. When they wait by the door. When they get excited that you're home, even though you've come home thousands of times before. Most people think these are random habits. They're not. They're pieces of a conversation. A conversation your dog has been trying to have with you since the day you became important to them. And according to researchers who study canine attachment and behavior, dogs are constantly gathering information about the people they love. Watching, learning, checking, waiting. The question is, what exactly are they trying to say? Because once you understand the answer, you'll start seeing your dog differently. And number 4 is the one that hits hardest. It's the one many owners don't realize until it's far too late. Let's begin. The hidden truth. Think about this for a moment. Your dog knows things about you that most people don't. They know your footsteps, your routine, your scent, the sound of your car, the way you move when you're happy, the way you move when you're stressed. Researchers have found that dogs are incredibly sensitive to human behavior and emotional states. They notice changes most owners don't even realize they're showing. But why? Why would another species spend so much time paying attention to us? What are they looking for? What are they waiting for? The answer begins with something most owners accidentally interrupt every single day. Number 1. Let them finish checking on you. You've probably experienced this hundreds of times. You're sitting on the couch, watching television, working, scrolling through your phone, and suddenly your dog walks over. Not excited, not demanding, not asking for food. They simply approach. Maybe they sniff your hand. Maybe they sniff your face. Maybe they gently touch you with their nose. Then they pause. And before they can finish, most owners immediately start petting, talking, scratching their ears, turning the interaction into something else. It feels loving. It feels natural. But from your dog's perspective, you may have interrupted the reason they came over in the first place. Dogs experience the world primarily through scent. Researchers estimate their sense of smell is dramatically more sensitive than ours. Your scent tells them things your words never could. How relaxed you are. How stressed you are. Whether something feels different today. Whether everything is normal. When your dog quietly approaches and investigates you, they're often gathering information. They're checking in. Not because they're curious. Because you matter to them. Imagine someone you love deeply. And every day you quietly make sure they're okay. That's what many dogs seem to be doing. And here's the mistake most owners make. They assume every interaction is about what the dog wants. Attention, food, play. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes your dog is giving attention, not asking for it. So next time your dog approaches quietly, try doing nothing. Let them sniff. Let them observe. Let them finish whatever information they came to collect. You may notice something surprising. Many dogs seem more relaxed afterward because they got the answer they were looking for. The most important person in their world is okay. And that creates a bigger question. If your dog spends so much time checking on you, why does your condition matter so much to them? The answer appears the moment you leave the house. Number 2. They need to know you're coming back. Think about what happens after you leave. Not an hour later. Not later that afternoon. Immediately. The door closes. Your footsteps fade. And your dog watches. Some dogs sit near the door. Some watch the window. Some lie beside your shoes. Some carry your scent around the house by resting near your belongings. Most people see this and think one thing. They miss me. And that's true. But attachment researchers believe something deeper is happening. Dogs form powerful emotional bonds with the people they trust. In many ways, you become part of how they understand safety, predictability, normal life. When you're present, the world feels familiar. When you're absent, something important is missing. That's why your return matters so much. It's not just excitement. It's relief. Researchers studying dog owner attachment often describe owners as a secure base, a point of safety from which dogs explore the world. Think about that phrase. Secure base. Your dog isn't simply attached to you. You help the world make sense, which explains something most owners never think about. Every time you leave and come back, your dog learns something. You returned. Again, just like last time. And the time before that. And the time before that. Each return strengthens trust. Each return reinforces a belief. My person always comes back. To us, that sounds ordinary. To your dog, it can mean everything. But there is another message your dog has been trying to send. And unlike the first two, this one has nothing to do with checking on you or waiting for you. It has to do with something most owners unintentionally keep their dogs out of. And once you notice it, you'll start seeing it everywhere. That's where we're going next. Number 3. Stop treating them like a side character. Here's something most dogs never understand. Why they're included in some parts of your life, but completely excluded from others. Think about your dog's day. You leave for work. You take phone calls. You talk to family. You spend time with friends. You sit at the table. You watch television. You move through dozens of small moments. And often your dog is there, watching, following, observing, not because they're bored, because they want to be where you are. Researchers studying canine social behavior have repeatedly found that dogs are highly motivated by social connection with their owners. In fact, many dogs will choose social interaction over other rewards. Not all the time, not every dog, but far more often than most people realize. And yet many owners accidentally send a message they never intended to send. The message is, you can join me when it's time for walks. You can join me when it's time for play. You can join me when it's time for food. But the rest of my life happens without you. To humans, that distinction seems normal. To dogs, it can feel confusing. Because your dog isn't just interested in activities. They're interested in you. The activity is often secondary. That's why many dogs happily follow owners from room to room while absolutely nothing interesting is happening. No treats. No toys. No excitement. Just presence. Your presence. Try an experiment. The next time you're doing something simple, folding laundry, reading, working in the yard, sitting outside, invite your dog to be part of the moment. Not because they need entertainment, because they value participation. And you'll notice something fascinating. Most dogs don't actually need constant interaction. Often they simply want access. Access to your world. Access to your life. Access to you. And that leads to something much bigger. Because there is one thing dogs value more than inclusion. One thing they wait for every single day. And most owners don't realize how important it is. The big one. This is the one. The one people message us about. The one people wish they had understood earlier. Because unlike everything else we've talked about, this one comes with a clock. And one day that clock runs out. Number 4. They wait their whole life for this. Imagine your dog could ask for one thing. Not food. Not toys. Not treats. Not another walk. Just one thing. What would it be? Most people get this wrong. Because humans tend to think about what dogs do. Dogs think about who they're with. Researchers studying dog owner relationships have consistently found that positive social interaction with a trusted owner activates powerful reward systems in the canine brain. Your attention matters. Your presence matters. You matter. And that's why something happens every day that most owners completely overlook. Your dog walks into the room, looks at you, and waits. Not for a command, not for a treat, for a moment, a real moment, a few seconds where you're fully there. No phone, no distraction, no multitasking, just you and them. To us, that seems insignificant. To your dog, it may be the most important part of the day. Think about how many times your dog has looked at you hoping for connection. The toy they brought, the glance from across the room, the quiet moment beside the couch, the gentle head resting on your leg. Most of these moments last only seconds. And yet your dog keeps trying, day after day, year after year. Because every time you respond, every time you stop what you're doing, every time you share a moment, you're giving them something they can't create for themselves. Your attention. And here's the heartbreaking part. One day there will be a last time. The last toy they bring you. The last time they follow you into another room. The last time they wait by the door. The last time they look up hoping you'll notice them. And when owners lose a dog, they almost never say, I wish I bought more toys. They don't say, I wish I bought better treats. They say, I wish I had spent more time with them. Because deep down they finally realize what the dog was asking for all along. Not more stuff. More moments. Your dog has been trying to tell you this their entire life. And if they could put it into words, it might sound something like this. I don't need every minute. I just need some of them. With you. And that's why this next section matters so much. Because attention alone isn't enough. There is one final thing your dog needs before they can truly relax around you. Something even deeper than affection. Something that shapes every interaction you have together. And most owners don't realize how powerful it is. Number 5. Become the safe place they believe you are. Here's something most dogs spend years trying to figure out. Not whether you love them, whether they can relax around you completely. There's a difference. A huge difference. A dog can love someone deeply and still feel uncertain around them. Because trust is not built from big moments. It's built from predictable ones. Researchers studying canine stress have repeatedly found that dogs thrive on consistency. Not perfection. Consistency. Knowing roughly when meals happen. Knowing what certain words mean. Knowing what to expect when they approach you. Knowing which version of you they're going to get today. Think about it from your dog's perspective. You control almost everything. The schedule, the environment, the rules, the movement of the household, the car rides, the visitors, the routines. Your dog spends their entire life adapting to decisions they never get to make. Which means one thing becomes incredibly important. Predictability. When you're calm most of the time. Predictable. When your reactions make sense. Predictable. When your affection doesn't disappear randomly. Predictable. Your dog can finally stop monitoring. And that's when something beautiful happens. They relax. Truly relax. Not physically. Emotionally. The version of your dog you love most. The soft one. The goofy one. The playful one. The trusting one. That dog only appears when they feel safe enough to be themselves. And safety begins with predictability. Not perfection. Just reliability. Because your dog doesn't need a perfect owner. They need a trustworthy one. And that brings us to the thing all 5 of these lessons have been pointing toward. The message your dog has been trying to tell you all along. The huge reveal. Let's put everything together. Why do they check on you? Why do they wait for you? Why do they follow you? Why do they want to be included? Why do they crave your attention? Why do they need consistency? At first, these seem like separate behaviors, separate needs, separate parts of being a dog. But they're not. They're all connected. Every single one. Because underneath all of them is the same message, the same truth, the same thing your dog has been trying to communicate since the day you became their person. It isn't, give me more treats. It isn't, buy me better toys. It isn't, take me on longer walks. Those things matter, but they're not the message. The message is much simpler and much more emotional. The message is, I built my world around you. Think about that. Your dog didn't choose a career. They didn't build a social circle. They didn't create long-term goals. They built a world. And at the center of that world is you. You are the familiar voice, the familiar scent, the familiar routine, the familiar presence. You are the thing that makes tomorrow look like today. You are the reason a strange place can still feel safe. You are the reason they can relax, the reason they can trust, the reason they can belong. When researchers describe owners as a dog's secure base, this is what they mean. Not just someone who provides things, someone who provides certainty. And certainty is one of the most valuable feelings any living creature can have. Your dog has been trying to tell you that every single day, not with words, with behavior, with waiting, with following, with checking, with staying close, with simply choosing you over and over again. Emotional ending. One day, your dog will follow you into a room for the last time. You won't know it's the last time. One day they'll wait by the door for the last time. You won't know it's the last time. One day they'll bring you a toy, look up at you, ask for a moment, and it will be the last time. You won't know that either. That's what makes dogs so extraordinary. They don't know how much time they have. So they treat ordinary moments like they're important. And maybe that's the lesson they've been trying to teach us all along. To sit a little longer, to notice a little more, to put the phone down once in a while, to stop rushing through moments that seem small. Because to your dog, those moments aren't small. They're life. Your dog has spent their entire life telling you something. Not with words, with loyalty, with patience, with trust, with presence. And maybe the message was never complicated. Maybe it was simply this: I don't need a perfect life. I just need you. And honestly, that's one of the most beautiful things a dog can ever teach a human. If this video changed the way you see your dog, let us know in the comments. Which of these 5 lessons surprised you the most? And if there's someone in your life who loves their dog as much as you do, share this video with them. Because the more we understand our dogs, the better life becomes for both of us. And if you want more videos exploring the hidden psychology behind dog behavior, make sure to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.